welcome to your weekly Tarotscope. This is where we get together every Monday and Friday to uncover what is coming up for the week ahead. So on Mondays, we look at the energy from Monday through Thursday. On Friday, we look at the energy of Friday through Sunday. So what I do is I pull cards for each day. Okay, first we're going to get our chakra balance, then we're going to get our blessing, and then I pull cards for each day, and then I pull oracle cards as well, and we use the divination book as an overall message. We get into a lot here. Okay, good morning, Marlo. So the reason why we do this, it's like a horoscope, right? It gives you the energy of what's coming up so you know how to plan your week, essentially. Okay, we see what obstacles are possible. We see what energy is here to boost for us. We just want to find out what's coming up, right? And I keep donging this bowl, so maybe it's ready. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's getting cold. We're supposed to get snow and ice this weekend. Can we ask questions? Yes, you can absolutely ask questions, just not for personal readings, okay? So if you have questions about tarot, about the reading that I'm doing here, about numerology, life and relationships, yes, please feel free to ask questions. This is a conversation. It's not just where I'm here just to talk at you. So yeah, absolutely. I love when y'all ask questions. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to balance out the heart chakra. The reason why we do this is because this is the connection between our lower human self and our higher self, right? We carry a lot in our heart space. This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. So all we're going to do is just breathe. That's all you got to do. Just breathe, okay? Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. If you can sit with your feet on the floor and spine straight, that would be ideal. But if you can't, that's okay. All right? This only lasts a few seconds, so take some time for you to just relax and breathe. Obviously, if you're driving, don't do it. Okay? Here we go. Just breathe. See? Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all that heaviness, pick up all that fear and anxiety, expand your chest, and then let it go. Okay? Feels good when you do that. All of us breathe way too shallow. We need more air. All right, like I said, we're going to get our overall blessing, and then we're going to use the divination book, and then y'all will choose which tarot deck that I use, and we'll start the official reading, okay? So let's see what our overall blessing is for the week. It's 12 there. Holy cow. Snowstorm in New York right now. Wow. Yeah, see, I wouldn't be going anywhere. I would hibernate like a bear. All right. What is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our blessing for this week? A blessing of healing. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Blessing of a healing. Okay, I'm going to read this one to you. There's Jamie. Good morning, Jamie. It's number 36. Okay, a blessing of healing, the fairy gift of situation or condition being healed in a beautiful way. To you now is offered the immense fairy gift of healing. Fairies heal. They tend to and care for the wounded parts of human hearts and bodies and minds. They care for animals who are unwell and delicate, and they tend to the plant world and the allies of the elemental realm. Fairies and their gifts of healing is yours now. Bring to them your hurts, concerns, and sorrows. They will help you heal. they will help to heal you by sending you sweet, intense charges of energy. They will heal you by bringing you the plants and the animals and the natural spaces and places that can bring you to a better state. There is no obligation with this energy. It is pure and safe and fresh as spring water or wild strawberries. Let their light now shine upon you and move to whatever part of you is in most need of comfort and strength. Let the old hurts or pains and challenges be offered the gift of fairy help and healing. Let whatever load it is you have carried be lightened with their touch. Let there be harmony within your form. Let the healing energy that moves through all the natural world and is concentrated in abundance within the fairies and their medicine to move you, through you, leaving you relieved, soothed, healed, and replenished. Let hurts fade away and let hope and healing rise again. The fairies are here to assist you, friend. Let the fairy gift of healing be yours today. Okay, so as you saw, healing is not just healing a boo-boo, right? It could be healing anything that's going on within you and in your world. Okay, you understand that? So whatever, maybe there's an issue with you and another person. Maybe there is an issue with your day-to-day life. Maybe there's an issue with your finances. Maybe there's an issue with your self-worth. There's so much that can be healed that people don't think about. They only think about healing the hurt. But, you know, sometimes relationships need to be healed. Sometimes our hearts need to be healed. Sometimes our mindset needs to be healed. With it being number 36, 3, remember, communication and expression and creation, right? 6 is nurturing and healing, and then we bring it together, it's 9. 9 is the result of the healing, okay? Wild strawberries represent my grandmother. Oh, nice. Perfect for you? Nice, nice, okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to use the divination book. We are officially over the 500 books sold hill, right? So excited. I can't believe 500 people are using my book. It's still surreal, you know, because I wrote this book. I wrote it all for you. And to know that this is helping you, yeah, I love it. Okay, so it's called Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. On TikTok, it's linked in my bio. On YouTube, it's linked down in the description, okay? You can use this book on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever you need it for. You can open the book and get guidance. It doesn't even have to be, it could be like you have a question about a situation that you're going through. Knock on the book to cleanse the energy. Connect with your energy centers in your palms. It has directions on the inside. You don't have to remember this. And then breathe and ask the book what you need to ask it, okay? So for this week, we're going to ask it, what is our message, our overall message for this week? Take a nice deep breath. You got to focus your intention on the book, okay? What is our message for this week? And then you're just going to intuitively turn to a page. No, let me do that again. Got 2. All right, we got the 4 of Swords, okay? I'm going to read this to you, and then we're going to talk about it some more. Today you drew the 4 of Swords, but I'm going to read it for the week, okay? Peace is your word for this week. Spending time alone is good for the soul when life feels like it's too much. This is where we find peace and clarity. Your mind needs rest just as much as your body does, and sometimes we need a break from what has brought us conflict or pain. Speak of the healing. We must separate ourselves to find our truth and heal without chaos. So take a break this week. Rest, relax, treat yourself to whatever soothes your soul. Your mental health is more important right now. You are a priority. Okay? So, yeah, the 4 of Swords and the blessing of healing go hand in hand together. Because what the 4 of Swords wants you to do is to take care of yourself and rest. Bring yourself to a place of peace, of a peaceful mind. If you don't, you will get sick. That's what the card wants to tell you. okay? Because we know that if we go, and we never give ourselves time to rest, we don't allow ourselves time to heal, we let the mind just keep going, and it's going to go to conflict, and then we get sick. And then we have much bigger issues here. Don't worry, I'm here. Yeah, hello, son. The whole family's here. Oh, you got it for Christmas. Planning on gifting one to a friend who's moving. Oh, that's sweet. You know what's awesome is I've had a lot of people gift this book to family and friends, and I think that's so sweet, right? So we're going to keep the Four of Swords in mind, okay? Because think about four. Four is stability, okay? So your focus this week is about mental stability. And sometimes we need to take a break from a situation. This could be a relationship. It can be, maybe you need to take some time off of work. Maybe you need to take some time off of certain habits or whatever it is that's going on in your life that's bringing you stress. You need to take a break, okay? Because it's all about bringing your mind and your body and your emotions to peace. Otherwise, you're going to get sick, okay? Because with the blessing of healing, that's the only way that you can be healed. I don't know if y'all have heard my story of when I was very sick years ago. I was laying in bed and I was asking Archangel Raphael, please heal my body. Please heal my body. Please heal my body. And what was the one thing that he said loud in my ear? Rest. I said, okay. Next day, fever was gone. I was feeling so much better. And that's all I needed. I needed to rest and let my body do what it needed to do. Let the universe, God, source, energy, whatever you choose to call it, do what it needs to do. And I was healed. Okay? So, rest and mental stability is your focus for this week, right? All right. I've gifted a few and they love it. Good. They don't know tarot, so the book gives them great guidance. That's exactly why I wrote the book, because I know there are people that love tarot but don't want to have to learn how to read it, because it is complicated. So you could use the book instead, right? So yeah. I know, Marlo. She said, yes, this world sees rest as lazy or falling behind. I know. And that's what keeps us in such a stressful and, like dysregulated place. And that's what they want, because you can't think straight when you're stressed, when you keep going, when you haven't had any rest. You can't operate the way you're supposed to. So, okay, now y'all are going to choose the tarot deck that I use to pull for each day. TikTok, don't vote yet. I have a poll for you. YouTube, you can vote in the comments, okay? So deck number 1, Red Fairy Tarot, or deck number 2, the Baroque Tarot, okay? So TikTok, I'm going to go ahead and put up the poll. Let's see. Okay, so deck number 1 or deck number 2. YouTube, vote in the comments. TikTok, vote right up here. The new moon in Capricorn is about success, defined by the individual, a new era of success. Yes, I love that. 1 or 2. Camera 1, camera 2. We have 25 seconds left. Deck 1 or deck 2. They're both great decks, so you can't go wrong. Most everybody on YouTube is wanting deck 2, if I can speak. If you can't hear me, you might have to go back out and come back in. Sometimes that happens. All right, poll is done. Let's see. Oh, sorry, YouTube, you got overruled. Deck 1 got it. Shocked. All right, deck 1 it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull 1 card for each day, Monday through Thursday. Okay, we're going to talk about it, see how it can impact your day, and how you can use this information in your day-to-day life. And then we're going to pull oracle cards as well. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we need to know for this week? Monday through Thursday. Oh, for those of you all who got my email on Saturday and tried to book a reading, I'm so sorry. I had no idea there was a glitch on the booking form. So it's fixed now. For all of you who tried to book a reading with me, it's fixed. I apologize. I had no idea that it had messed up. I don't know. I don't understand how that stuff happens. You know, I hadn't changed anything on my website in a while, and all of a sudden, glitch. So anyway, it's fixed now. I tried it out myself. So if you need a private reading, you can book one now. All right. What do we need to know for this week? I'm already heating up, you guys. I'm starting to like sweat. So it's going to be a powerful message, I guess. All right, let's look at today's energy. Today we have the King of Wands. Nice. Okay. This energy is about taking charge and doing what is necessary. Okay. It's leading by example. So when we have it with the Four of Swords, it's asking you, what do you need to do for yourself? How can you take action? How can you lead by example by saying, you know what? I need a break. Or you know what? We need to put a pin in this for a minute and we'll come back to it when everything is calmed down. Okay? What do you need to do within your life that is going to bring you peace? We just had that new moon in Capricorn, right? Capricorn is the goat. It does whatever is necessary to get to where they want to go. So if peace is your theme for this week, what do you need to do? What actions do you need to take? Because the actions that you take today will be successful. Make sense? You might also come across a masculine energy who is willing to help you, who is, you know, if you're looking for love, maybe he's very attractive. The King of Wands, very attractive, very take charge, athletic type, all of that. So if you're looking for that, you might run into them today, okay? But all in all, as an overall energy, this is a very positive energy for, hey, all green lights, take action on what's going to bring you peace and security. All right, let's look at tomorrow. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this can mean a couple of things for you, right? This is a collective reading, so I'm going to give you different ways of looking at it. When the Two of Wands is in reverse, it can indicate that plans may change. You may not have plans for the day, and that's okay. I normally don't. But it can also indicate that you're choosing to move on from something, okay? Because when we have this here, the Two of Wands, we've accomplished the Ace of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is asking you, where do you want to go? The world is your oyster. What are you doing here? Okay? Here, it can indicate, all right, I've got that plan, I've made that decision, and now I'm off to the Three of Wands. So, where are you at here? Do you need to leave something behind, or do you need to make plans? We just had that new moon. It's time to plant the seeds. Okay? Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the Empress. Nice. Okay. This is manifestation energy. This is self-care energy. This is the mother energy. This is connecting to nature. I know it's cold as hell outside, but you know, we still have to connect to Mother Gaia one way or the other. But the Empress is all about planting the seeds, like I said, and letting them grow. She is that nurturing type of energy that if you need some sort of healing and comfort and guidance, she's the one you go towards. If you're looking to bring in abundance, she is very fertile with abundance. She's very abundant. She is connected to both energies, the masculine and the feminine. She is that receptive energy, and she knows exactly what to do. I mean, she's high ranking, right? This is that motherly energy. So when you ask the universe, she's like, sure, I'll get that to you. Okay? So, great day to spend with your children, great day to spend with your mother, great day to really plant seeds or to really nurture whatever it is that you have been working on and bringing in. yeah, it's just really great for communicating and expressing to the universe what you would like to bring into this world. Okay? Let's look at Thursday. Thursday, the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nice. She's been showing up for me a lot lately. Oh, I like that, Denise. Good. All right, Nine of Swords in reverse. Much better when it's in reverse. This is why it's really important, you guys, to read direct and reversed cards. Okay? I know I talk about this a lot, but I have a lot of new people that pop in and watch these videos and watch the live. So you need to understand reading reversals in tarot is so important, because if we didn't, this would be stress. This would be depression. This would be anxiety. This would be sleepless nights. In reverse, all of that fear and anxiety is dropping away, and you have the ability to finally rest. See? We're releasing stress and anxiety this week. We are taking charge in whatever way we need to do what is best for our mental health. Because whether you realize it or not, you are constantly being manipulated. Okay? And if something out there is causing you to be emotional, more emotional than you should be or normally are, then we need to look at what's going on. Okay? And it's up to you to take the steps to bring yourself back to peace, back to your sovereignty, back to balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, see, there's that Ten of Swords. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? All of this anguish, all of this stress, everything is being thrown at you, and it's time we bring it to a close. We have to do something to regulate our nervous system, and nobody can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You can have guides that show you the way, but otherwise, you've got to do the work. You can't just sit back and be like, well, do it for me. I had somebody, I mean, this happens often, but I just recently had somebody tell me that, nobody should be charging for tarot readings. If you have abilities, then you should be giving them away for free. I'm like, okay, sure. We have all of that gaslighting type of energy of negativity, of entitlement, of lack, of, what is it called? Restraint. It's not true. Okay, stop buying into this shit. All right, so honestly, much better week than we had for the weekend. Exactly. That's what I always say, Denise. Yeah, she said they should go to corporate America for free. They're not, here's the thing, they're not thinking of us doing the work and everything that it takes for us to do this work. All they're thinking of is what they want to get out of us, and that we should give it to them for free. And I'm like, you know what? Not going to happen. Go find somebody else. Go find less. Go find less. I take my readings and my practice and my clients and my students very seriously. And if you are in this entitled energy, then we're not a good match. I don't play that game. All right, let's see what else we need to know. You might see something come to fruition on Wednesday for some of you that have been working on a project or trying to manifest something. You could very well see it come to fruition on Wednesday. If not, then it would be like a good time to focus on that and weed the garden, right? Get everything out of the way that is not cohesive. It's kind of like causing irritation, causing stress. Like, we pay attention to so many things that cause us mental stress, emotional stress, or we just get distracted with things. So it is our job to make sure that we are always tending to the seeds that we're planting. We plant them, and then we do the things that we know we need to do to help them grow. How much is a reading? I have many different readings. They start at $44 and go up from there, okay? It is linked in my bio. You can go take a look, see which one fits you the best. Hey, Heather. Uh-oh, Denise, what's happening on Wednesday? All right, what else do we need to know this week? Ooh, this card comes out a lot. A lot. In private readings and collective readings, this card comes out a lot. Why? Because we're so inundated with the, you have to have this to be worthy. You have to have this to love yourself, and this and this and that. And it causes a lot of envy. It causes us to constantly be looking at everybody else on the outside. And we forget all of the wonderful things that are already happening in our lives. All the wonderful things that we've accomplished and experienced, the things that we have that, money to pay for our mortgage or our rent, food, gas, water, electricity. We have so many things to be grateful for, but this person has forgotten that she has all these wonderful things. She's too busy looking out here going, but I want more, but I'm not like that, but they have this and I don't. And that is not a good energy to be in, right? This could be why we have this mental mental stress. We're doing it to ourselves, okay? Causing ourselves, look behind it, the devil in reverse. And then look, we have the moon behind that one. And there's the Fool. So many I could pull, right? But the moon wants us to reflect on what's going on within, and wants us to focus on what is hidden and stop the obsession with dysregulated nervous systems, envy, looking outside of ourselves, worry and fear, conflict, all of that, entitlement. So the envy card, it really wants you to look around you. You have a lot more than you realize, okay? Envy puts you in a negative space. And if you're around somebody who is always envious of other people, why? Why are you around them? Okay, stop putting yourself around people who refuse to grow and to do the work, or at least limit your time around them, because that energy leeches onto you and then you become just like them. Okay? I loved your reading. Thank you. Yeah, tarot is very serious. I keep getting wolves. Nice. But yeah, if we know somebody that is envious of us, that's their problem, not ours, right? If you're envious of other people, then that's your job to ask why. What do I feel like is missing in my life? And how can I see myself as having whatever it is that they have? Because all that's doing, when somebody accomplishes something in life and you see it, all that's doing is showing you that it's possible. So you can have that too, but you have to do the work. You cannot just say, well, I want that, drop it in my lap. It does not work that way, okay? No matter how many people tell you there's manifestation hacks, there's life hacks, there are no hacks. You have to do the energetic work and the physical work. Sometimes the work is way more simple than you think. Sometimes it's just these little pings of, oh, maybe I should do this. And then boom, it opens up an opportunity for you, or it brings your manifestation in, okay? But there is actual action that needs to be taken, okay? I guess I should replace it with action instead of work, because a lot of people think work is like, oh, you have to continuously bust your butt, grind, do all that stuff. You don't. But there is action that you have to take, okay? Your client walked in yesterday and had a wolf on her shirt. I just have to walk away from those people now. Yeah. Yep. I know. We have to really be more discerning with our time and our energy. Successful people, I'm going to tell you this. I learned this from a very, very successful person. They do not spend their time with people who are really fighting for their lack. They don't. They're like, I see you, all of that, but they don't spend their time with them. And I don't mean it as they don't want to help them. They help people who want to help themselves, right? When people just want to take, no, they don't have time for that. And neither do you, okay? I love being around people that want to help themselves. And I'm like, I will do whatever I can to support you and hold space for you, right? That's why I have my tribe. All of those women in there are wanting to help themselves. So that's why I pour everything into them. So yeah. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. Look at that. Golden Palace. I love this card. And I think we got it recently, didn't we? I'm going to read this one to you. Maybe I like the message. Turned out to be a pretty decent week. There is always enough. This is what I've been telling you, right? When you're listening to people talking about all the lack and all the inflation, this and this and that, stop believing it. Okay? The more you believe it, the more you create that reality for yourself. All right, Golden Palace, there's always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that is long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. See, it's exactly what I was talking about, and it's exactly what Jamie said about the new moon in Capricorn, right? Your definition, I've got goosebumps, your definition of success. Okay? So, yeah, big goosebumps on that one. Because when we have 23, here we have 20, right? Envy. We're like, I want more. I want what they have. I don't have enough. Da, 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 da. And it's telling you, no, there's more than enough. There is more than enough to go around. Number 23 is saying, receive your creation. So 2, receive. 3, your creation. And 5, we bring those numbers together, 5, things change. See how that works? But you have to take action, okay? You might even have to invest in yourself. I know, scary, but you have to do that. I've invested thousands and thousands into my journey, and I won't stop. It's just how we live, okay? It's not going to change anytime soon. I hate to tell you that. Let's see what else. I told you just a minute ago, I was like sweating, I was getting hot. I knew it was going to be a good reading, powerful reading. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know this week? Ooh, Soul Whispers. I don't know if we've ever pulled this one. Look at that. Soul Whispers. Look beyond the words and hear what is really being said now. See? Stop falling for the manipulation. Stop falling for the game. Do you understand? Your personal algorithm is telling you one thing or another. You have to be able to step back and look at what's actually happening within your life, within the world, everything. If you don't have that discernment, you are their puppet, okay? Learning secrets. Stay open-minded and receptive as you uncover hidden truths and embrace the lessons they offer. Nobody goes through life without learning lessons. Nobody. From the people that see themselves as low to the people that see themselves as high. Everybody's the same. Everybody showers the same. Everybody goes to the bathroom the same. Everybody learns lessons the same. Doesn't matter who you are. Okay? The difference is are you learning from those lessons and implementing those learnings or the revelations, everything? Are you implementing that from now on? Or are you just hitting the same brick wall over and over again, expecting something to change. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see the picture I'm painting? Ah. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Look at that. Raven spirit, truth. Okay? It is number 32. Speaking your truth. Right? Look at this person in red. Anytime a person is dressed in red, in tarot or in oracle, it's representing personal power. Okay? So you speak your truth. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so much, right? I refuse to say negative things about myself, even if I'm joking. And I still have to work on it because, I mean, look, I have a sense of humor and it's a habit. But I really work on not saying negative things about myself because what I'm saying is, this is who I am. And the universe doesn't get jokes. It's just like, oh, okay. Okay. So let's see what else this wants to say. Number 32. I feel like you've been talking to me since I got here. This all makes sense to me in my journey. Good. I'm glad, John. I'm glad. You'd be surprised at how many people say that when they drop in to these lives, and I love it. And the universe brought you here for a reason. Okay, let me read this to you. Let's see. As you look up, you see a raven peering at you from a branch. It feels like he's gazing straight into your soul. He swoops down and lands on your hand. Amazingly, he begins to talk, telling you the deep truths of your life. He reminds you to focus on what is important and admonishes you to make choices in life that honor your truth. There you go. It doesn't matter if they're easy or difficult decisions. We have to honor our truth. Okay? I have a lot of people that come to me that are going through relationship issues, going through divorce, maybe been in a career for a long time, and they're scared to make a decision. And I have to ask them, step back and look at your life as it is. Can you literally see yourself living the rest of your life, every single year, the same as where you are right now? And every single one of them tells me, no. I'm like, then make the decision. Sometimes we have to go through a little bit icky stuff, some difficult times, but it's temporary to get to where we want to be. Okay? I had to make that decision when I went through my divorce, almost 13 years ago. I said, you know what? Done. I would rather go through the hardship of rebuilding my life because I was a stay-at-home mom. I'd rather go through that than to stay in this miserable situation for another day. And I did it. And yes, we had to go through some yucky parts, but so worth it. Okay? Same thing with jobs. People stay at jobs longer, way longer than they should when they're miserable. And I'm like, okay, what would you rather be doing? Start opening yourself up to that opportunity. Like, people don't realize that it's that simple to open yourself up to opportunities because they think they have to go out and search, or it has to land in their, no, just open yourself up. And you're going to wind up meeting somebody that offers you a job or knows somebody that has an opening. I mean, it is magical. If you would let the magic happen, you would get to witness it. Let's do this one. Remember, today we have the King of Wands, all about taking action on what you know to be true. This is very Leo, Aries type energy. Okay, it's like I am taking charge. I'm doing what is right in my heart. Yes, or someone sends them to you for an opportunity. Absolutely. I mean, anything is possible, y'all. Anything is possible. All right, what else? There's somebody that I used to watch on TV when I was a kid, and I thought they were so cool. And I was amazed by them because they are a psychic medium. Guess what? I have a meeting with them this week. They're wanting to work together. Anything is possible. Okay? All right, let's see what else. Here, look at that. Y'all were talking about wolves. There we go. Compassion. So when we think about wolves, sometimes that can represent the untamed part of ourselves, right? It's the wild side of ourselves. And we show ourselves compassion. Remember, the overall energy is the Four of Swords. We're bringing ourselves to peace. Our focus is about peace this week, okay? Mental peace, emotional peace, everything, right? Healing. So when we give ourselves our wild side, our tame side, when we bring them together and we show ourselves compassion and we show other people compassion, then everything starts to open up. But we have to start with ourselves because we're so used to trying to give other people compassion, but we don't really know what that is until we start giving it to ourselves. Right? Because we love to just talk shit to ourselves about all the mistakes that we've made in the past. But guess what? They are mistakes. They were just something you learned from. And you get to do life again. Every single day, every moment of the day. You make new decisions, new movements. Show yourself compassion for once. And that's why we have that healing and the Four of Swords is, you know what? Allow myself to rest. Finally, before my body forces me to rest. I've seen the magic happen, and I'm so grateful for my past self. She was so brave, and present me is so happy. Oh, yes, Marlo. Love that. Thank you, Tanya. And you know what's funny is like people think that in order to have opportunities show up, that you have to have, you know, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, and this. You don't. You don't. Okay, I have over 312,000 followers on TikTok. Barely any of them see my content. Okay, it does nothing, really. That's the honest truth. Okay, and just because somebody has 1 million+ followers does not mean that they know what they're talking about. It means they're good at marketing. It means that they are good at playing to your vulnerability most times. Okay, so don't worry about that. You focus on putting yourself out there, opening yourself up to opportunities, and it will find you. You can't not find it. The only way that it's going to be blocked is if you block it and you stop taking that action. Okay? And don't get me wrong, I appreciate every single one of my followers and everything, but I don't want you to think that you have to have this many followers in order to be successful. You really don't. Yeah, sometimes we are the problem. Most of the times, we are the problem. All right, let's see what else we need to know. There it is. If you're new here, this card comes out so many times out of this deck, more times than not. Because our community is everything. The people that we surround ourselves with is everything because it's influential. one way or another, okay? Either it's going to be positive or not so positive, right? And if you'll see right here behind there, they look like ghosts or spirits. That's telling you that you have a whole community that you can't even see. Your loved ones on the other side, your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you believe in, it's there. So you have to talk to them like they're there. Every morning I say hello to my grandparents. And if I need help with something, they bring me somebody to help me. If you hadn't heard about my car situation, then you can go back and listen to that video where I asked for help and I got it. Okay? Your community is everything. This is why I built the tribe. This is why I built the inner circle in the Quantum Master Academy. I have something else that's going to be launching soon. You need each other. You cannot do life alone. When you start doing life alone, you start going crazy. Okay? You know what? Let's do this one. I haven't done this one in a while. Whoop. Yeah, first day of Aquarius season, sign of community and the collective. Yes. I have a couple meetings for potential pop-up shops scheduled. Say that 5 times fast. Good for you, Jen. I'm so proud of you. That is awesome. Yes, Jamie, I believe that too. She said community is also where we can find deep meaning and purpose. Yeah. Like, you need to know that you are not alone. You need to know that you are not the only person that goes through these things, right? Because when you think you're the only person, then it's like, oh God, everything's crashing down on me. That's not true. There are other people who have gone through similar experiences to you and can hold space for you and can really help you through the situation, or you can help them. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's a cyclical energy. Let's see what else. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Stargazer, set your sights higher. That's what I keep telling you. Anything is possible. And that's why we have the Empress showing up, because she didn't get there just by going, oh, well, maybe. No, she's the Empress. She knows that anything is possible. She's creating whatever it is that she wants. She has already created quite a bit of what she wants. She got herself there by planting the seeds, by knowing she's abundant, by knowing that anything is possible. Okay? So especially now, since we've just had that new moon, that's when we start planting the seeds of manifestation. So it's telling you, set your sights higher. Please stop limiting yourself. It doesn't work. See what else. Oh, yes, taking back your power. I'm so excited because this week is our first Power Challenge live session. Taking back your power, because we are designed to give it away, right? We are programmed. We're not designed to give it. We're programmed to give it away. Okay? Our power is taken from us 24/7 if we allow it, by listening to all the political bullshit, by listening to the financial bullshit, by other people, everything, right? That's why a community card keeps coming up. Because the people that you let into your life, whether it be your family and your friends or your coworkers or the political BS that we see all over the place, like, you have to take that back. If something is emotionally charging you, you got to step back and say, oh, okay, what's the reality here? Let me look at what's going on and see why this is causing me such emotional distress. Okay? So it's time to take your power back, and that's exactly what the King of Wands does. So he's all about today looking at what actions need to happen for you to take your power back, for you to experience this Four of Swords where you can bring yourself to a mental place of peace. And for some of you, it's going to be, you got to end relationships. If you know it's bad, if you're questioning the person over and over again, or if it's just toxic, then what are you doing? Free yourself and free them. Okay? If both parties aren't willing to work on the situation, free yourself and free them. Like I was just saying, Michelle, if you have to ask, then there needs to be some soul searching with you. You know the answer already. So if y'all need to go to counseling or whatever, then do what you got to do. If they're not willing to work on the relationship, then you got to do what you got to do. You're welcome, Michelle. All right, let's get our money message. I don't remember if I knocked on this. What is our money message? Look at that. Growing up. Let's read. There's 3 ways to resonate, okay? It's time to step up into your own power and stop engaging in childish qualities. Stop expecting somebody else to fix your problems. Stop expecting somebody else to do it for you. Grow up and do it yourself. Number 2, don't rely on others to help you and care for you. This mess is yours to clean up. Exactly what I just said. Number 3, avoid depending on someone else's income. You have all the skills to make your own. Boy, if that wasn't a lesson that I learned throughout my marriage, was never be without your own income, one way or the other. It's a nice thought to be able to be a stay-at-home mom and to have somebody go work and you do all the work in the house and all that. It's very rare that that works out, and it's sad but true. So always have your own income, one way or the other, okay? But it's funny because that growing up card, me and my kids say that to each other a lot. We're like, grow up, and it's a joke. But I mean, it's real. You have to grow up and take charge. Take your power back, pull your big girl panties up, big boy boots on, and do the thing. It's up to you. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Let's get an affirmation. You should be proud of yourself, Jen. She said, I'm so proud of myself and the help of my community. All right, what is our affirmation? Ooh, I am clear on what I want. What do you want? You already know. Don't second guess yourself. You already know. You have to tell the universe, because if you don't tell them, then they don't know. My parents, my mom's in here, they used to say, they would ask us a question and we'd say, well, I don't know. And they say, well, find me somebody who does. And the universe is the same way. It's like, if you don't know what you want, then neither does the universe. If you are doubting yourself, if you are holding back and limiting yourself, the universe is like, well, all right then, I guess we'll just chill and keep giving you the same thing over and over again until you finally know what you want. But in reality, you do know what you want. You always know what you want. You're just afraid to ask for it because you're more than likely afraid it's not going to show up, or you're afraid that what if it does show up? Then what's going to be expected of me? So get clear on what you want and declare it. Remember, we always speak in the present. You don't have to ask. You could say, thank you for bringing me this, this, and that, whatever it is that you're asking for. You know what? This one's kind of back here, and I keep forgetting about this little deck, little cute deck. Let's see. I have so many. It's ridiculous. But I love them. Marcia or Marcia, please read the room and read the message. This is a general collective reading. Don't pop into people's lives and expect them to give you readings. That's rude, okay? All right. What else do we need to know? Oh, look, we have another raven. Walker on the wind. The raven shows the way. Be courageous. Change and chance can bring exciting wonders. That's our second raven that we've seen. I'm going to read this to you again. Walker on the wind. The raven shows the way. Be courageous. Courageous means you're making those decisions, okay? You're declaring things. Change and chance can bring exciting wonders. You have to change something and you have to take a chance on things for you to experience something new. I mean, I feel like we're just like beating it into our heads now. Let's do this one, and then we'll close it out with the Rebel deck. Oh, and the Crystal Realm. All right, what else do we need to know? Health. And we have the blessing of healing. If you missed it, it's right there. Okay? Health. Health conscious. Doctor visits. Working out. Dieting. This isn't just physical health, mental, emotional health, financial health, relationship health. What needs to be taken care of? Okay? You have to do it unless you want your body to scream at you and force you to be out of commission. That's not fun. All right, let's get our crystal for the week, and then we'll get the Rebel deck. This deck you cannot find anywhere else, but I did link it in my TikTok. I linked it in my bio for you. YouTube, it's linked down in the description. It's called Crystal Realms. Beautiful deck, you'll see. And it connects immediately. All right, what is our crystal for this week? Oh, my favorite, selenite. Look how beautiful that is. If y'all don't know, I'm looking at TikTok and YouTube. That's why I'm looking back and forth. Clarity, cleansing, charging. Selenite bathes you in its pure luminous light, clearing away the fog of confusion and bringing clarity to your soul. Allow its gentle energy to cleanse your spirit and connect you to the higher realms of peace and divine wisdom. Boom. Okay? Selenite is fantastic. I have a big selenite bar right here on my desk. The reason why it's my favorite is for all its properties, but also because when I went into a metaphysical shop, my first crystal bracelet that I bought was selenite. Excuse me. And when she brought it to me and handed it to me, I mean, I just energetic explosion within my body. I had never felt anything like that in my entire life. And I was like, yeah, that's the one. So selenite is a wonderful crystal to have. That's the one you found on your spirit guide journey? Yeah, see, it's such a great Such a great crystal. It's so powerful, but it is delicate, which I found out. I didn't know at first. And so my bracelet kind of fell apart. Because you know, when the beads on when the crystals on your bracelet break, that means they're done. They've absorbed or given all the energy that they can, and they're done, right? So my selenite, it was on my wrist, and it was just like, here to go, start falling apart. And I was so sad. But you know what? It is what it is. Okay. Let's see. This is the part of the reading where if you're sensitive and you get your feelings hurt easily, it's time to scroll away, because this deck will either be your biggest cheerleader or it's going to read you for filth. It's a toss-up, but we love it. So let's see. What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? Also, on Tuesday, if you have travel plans, this would be like short, well, it could be long distance too, but mostly short distance travel. If you have any travel plans, there may be some delays. So just know, breathe. The universe is looking out for you, and you'll get there at the right time, okay? Oh, hang on, I gotta verify myself. There we go. All right. What is our message for this week? Oh my God. Put the fucking phone down. Third time in a row. Third time in a row. Is it not? Third or fourth time. Y'all saw me shuffling, right? Third time in a row. It's becoming our community card. You think it's the fourth? Yeah, it's something like that. Third or fourth. Okay? It says put the fucking phone down. It says too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. That's why we have so much stress and anxiety. Everything that you see on your algorithms is causing you some sort of stress one way or the other. Be very careful what you're listening to, who you're listening to. Is it causing you emotional upset? Why? Is it taking you away from your divinity? That very well happens every single day. Takes you away from your knowing, right? So connect with other humans. Stop just scrolling. Okay? Third or fourth time in a row that we've gotten this message. So it's telling you this is not good to be on your phone constantly. And I have to tell myself that too. I'm not just preaching to y'all. I tell myself that too, because it can really suck you in. And it's a time waster. It's a mind bender, manipulator, all kinds of things. So get off your fucking phone. Okay? Connect with other real humans. Exactly. We're meant to be moving towards our own guidance, reconnect with the self. Yep. Yeah. Everything in moderation and discernment. Don't believe everything you see just because it's on the internet or on social media. People that put stuff out on social media think you're stupid and you're gullible and you're naive, and a lot of people fall for it. And that's why they go into these emotional states. That's why we have the state of the world right now. It's because everybody's being fed a bunch of bullshit. So use your discernment, especially when it comes to politics. Y'all know I'm not a political person. I use my discernment. I look back, I step back, and I look at everything. I do my own research because I'm not stupid. I'm not gullible. I'm not going to let them get me emotionally charged over a freaking lie. Okay? Don't play into the game. You guys, I know this is going to sound very tinfoil hat, but you have to understand, they keep everybody in this state of dysregulation and upset, because that energy helps their manifestation. Stop playing into it. Okay? Yeah, you don't need external validation at all. So, okay. I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you need anything, everything, TikTok is linked in my bio. YouTube is linked down in the description. If you have any questions about anything, any of my offers, or if there's a glitch in the website when you're trying to make a booking, let me know. I'll be happy to help you and guide you, okay? But other than that, I will see you Friday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about the weekend, okay? So y'all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you then. Mwah. Love y'all.